Good evening and welcome to a Mitch'nandMauck'n about the card short hop. I'm Mitchell and joined as always by the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch in Chandler, Arizona, where Thursday night is $2 draft night. What do we got on tap out at the ranch tonight, Tyrell?
Coors Light.
Coors Light, Colorado Kool-Aid, the mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. Tyrell, what a series against the Nats. More on Jordan Walker in a moment. Bad night out of the bullpen, though, that first night, giving up 6 runs there, really cost him a sweep. Final score of that one, Cardinals 6, Nats 9. Nice. And then, of course, the big 7-6 win on Tuesday. And then the Lizard King making a brief appearance on the Wednesday day game with the Cardinals win 6-1. What is your reaction to the National Series? Another young team like the Cardinals still trying to figure it out.
My initial reactions really was, man, they've got to get these bullpen problems fixed up. And then, hey, these guys are never out of a game. They stay and fight the entire time. I love it. I love the moxie, like you said, the young crew that never know how to be beat. They always keep hustling, keep going, keep grinding. I love that out of them. So, I'm surprised so much how much I'm enjoying St. Louis Cardinal baseball right now.
Oh, I agree. And the one of the things about young teams, and especially in a long season, they don't know they're supposed to be bad. So they just play as hard as possible because they don't realize, hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And these kids are going balls out every single night. St. Louis, the youngest team in baseball, I think at 24 years and 2 months. The Nationals are the youngest. But it's like you said, it's been fun just to watch at this point. Not something I've been able to say the last couple of years.
Right, right. I mean, the last couple of years, you felt as soon as they got down 2 to 3 runs in the first inning, you're done. You're not coming back. There's no way about it. And if they would come back, you're like, oh, wow, that's a surprise. But they just don't know when to be beat. I love it.
Body language in the dugout looks better watching games. And I will not rag on Arenado and Goldie. Well, I probably will here, but do you think maybe just their personalities were kind of a downer? And now the old man in the clubhouse is like 28 years old. They're all about the same age, probably all into the same stuff. And you know what that's like socially when you're working with a bunch of guys your own age. A lot of common interests, common experiences.
A
I
lot of the
don't know.
jokes you can make, they get.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like, with Arnado going home to his wife and kids every night and all those other guys being 23 years old. We're just like, cool, we're going to go get on the sticks, or we're going to go to Ballpark Village or cross the river or whatever they choose to do after the game in their own time. But there's something to be said about that bonding and that chemistry that they seem to have right now.
Yeah, you saw that a lot. Sorry. You saw that a lot when you had the Memphis Mafia too. That body language, that togetherness, that how they work together in that. And I agree. I'm not going to rag on the Goldie and Arenado, but those guys are all always professionals. Like they eat, breathe, shit baseball, and everything that you're supposed to do in your life is supposed to be all consumed about baseball, and that's all you're supposed to think about. These guys, I think they're the same way. They just do it with more flair and more fun. They all love baseball. They all go hit together, all do baseball things together. They're just more fun about it. They enjoy being around each other.
When the trade happened for Paul Goldschmidt, everyone said he was a St. Louis type player, you know, buttoned up, quiet, reserved, played hard, etc. But you look at the modern game, the modern game's played with more flair. I mean, we see it from the middle school, high school, even college game now. I mean, when Burley hit that homer, like he pimped it hard. I mean, guys are, pimping home runs now in 5-2 games. Before, they were doing that for the big ones. So the game's evolved, and that's okay. Like I've already hit my old man rants for the day. Like I was at the gas station this morning. First thing I saw was 3.76 a gallon. Then I tried to tap to pay and it wouldn't work. And the college girl behind me was like, "It's okay, take your time." I'm like, "You've got to be shitting me. I've reached that age."
You don't know how to work technology, you old son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
just I teach STEM for a living.
Hold
So
on,
it's
hold on.
great.
Your gas is 376,
Yeah, 3.76 in Columbia this morning.
dude. 4.99 out here. Yeah. Yeah. $5 a gallon. And my wife drives to work in Phoenix. And I'm like, golly, can you not please just start riding the bus, please? Like, we can't afford this in this economy.
That's insane. $5 a gallon.
Yes,
Man, we're gonna
sir.
have to start running a special at the ranch to kind of take care of our guests. Like, holy hell.
That's what $2 draft night's for, man. Like people come in droves for those $2 beers. I can make money. That's a
That's
side
insane.
tangent.
We
Uh,
could talk about that all evening, but let's go ahead and
yeah,
skip ahead to the big topic of the night. As the kiddies like to say, Tyrell, is Jordan Walker him? He's hitting 295, tied for the league in home runs with 12 RBIs. He's got a stolen base, an OPS of 1.049 for a guy who's got a career OPS of 697. 24 years old, excuse me, about to turn 24, 6'6, 250, big smile, thunderbolt for a right arm, hitting moonshots. Is he him?
I think he's figured it out. I really finally think he's figured it out. And if people would just step back a tad bit all the time and look at professional players, Aaron Judge was not Aaron Judge in year one. It took him time to figure out his swing, his strike zone, where people were going to hit him. But Jordan Walker has had the highest or one of the highest off the bat hits every XL Velo every year. He's one of the highest. So the dude can hit. He just couldn't get out of his own way. I don't know if it was the Cardinals telling him how to do things their way. And I think they talked about the other night on how he's brought his hands in front of his body a little bit. So he's relaxed in his own stance and doing it his way and crushing the baseball. So I think I think he's finally figured it out and been able to relax because he's also around his peers too. He's around a bunch of 24-year-olds, 23, 24-year-old guys who are going through the same thing that he's going through. And now he's not that odd man out, a bunch of professionals. Like it was expected of him to do things as soon as he got here. But he was in double A. He's not Albert Pujols. And some guys take some time to develop, and we have to give guys their time to develop sometimes and not rush them constantly.
Have you ever been on the website Baseball Savant?
I have not. I've heard of it, but I haven't been on there.
Super nerdy, StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Jordan Walker's batted ball exit velo average this year is 98.7. His batting run value, which is considered one of the high metrics there, is 98th percentile in all of MLB. Fielding range, arm value, he's in the 96th percentile right now. 94 percentile on sprint speed. Bat to barrels at 26.7, 99th percentile. Hard hit ratio, 100%, the highest, of course, percentile. He may have figured it out, and there may be an all-star there.
I think so. And this is also a guy that struggled in spring training. And the last couple of days, last week, he figured something out and started clicking. So he's been through the adversity, and I think he's really going to appreciate and show his game off of what it is. I mean, at 6'2", 6'6", 250, man, dude can crush a baseball in a mile long. And some of those home runs he's hitting, I don't think he's squaring up on those things. They just look like a flip of the bat, and he is knocking them out of the park. So let's be an all-star. Let's go. This is what we've wanted you to be for a long time. That's why we didn't give up on you. I mean, I gave up on Gorman before I gave up on Walker, and Gorman was my guy for a long time, but I had not gave up on Walker yet. So let's go. Be an all-star, dude. You deserve it. You've earned it. You've been through the muck and the mire. Let's go.
And it kind of goes back to what you said. He's now with dudes his own age. He's got peers in the clubhouse. He's really the old man. I mean, he and Burleson, I think, have the most MLB experience on that roster currently. Maybe Reyes as a kind of a backup, but they're all about the same, and that's really exciting for them. And he's probably a core piece now today. You weren't sure about the outfield going forward. You kind of thought first base with Burley, second with JJ. Mason Wynn, who's got to figure it out at the plate, is at short is going to be a core guy. One of the four catchers is going to stick at some point. You
At
got
some
to hope.
point, yeah. Can we?
Third base, Gorman, maybe. Who knows there? But now you can add Jordan Walker to that core piece, and it's slowly coming together on when they're ready to be competitive in 28. Now you're starting to see guys. And the best part of Jordan Walker hitting the hell out of the baseball right now, he's that bat who can protect Burley, your best hitter right now,
And that's
which
what
they
we've
haven't.
said all along is Burley needs somebody to protect him. That's what you gotta have in a lineup. That's why the Cardinals traded for Marcel friggin' Ozuna, because he was protected by Giancarlo Stanton. Like, for hell's sakes, it's common sense there.
I mean, Pujols was the elite of the elite, but he had Edmonds protecting him early in his career. Late in his career, it was Matt Holliday. Like all those guys, Manny Ramirez had Big Poppy, and vice versa, depending on the way the lineup goes down. Even McGuire in that '98 season had Ray Langford who was hitting 35 plus home runs. So throughout baseball, you've always had that guy. And I'm not comparing those two to those legends, but if he can be a threat where you can't pitch around Burley because you're going to get Jordan Walker, who's going to hit a ball 435 feet the other way, now you have something offensively.
Absolutely, and if you look at it, if any and even the Yankees will say they need somebody to protect Judge, or Judge will protect this person. You need that person no matter what, always. And it's not on the threat to hit a home run. It's just somebody they're going to hit the ball. They're going to put it in play. So that's that threat, and you got to have that, which means the guy in front of him is going to get a lot of fastballs, and we can see that Jordan Walker can knock the piss out of a fastball.
And the lineup is slowly taking, kind of shape, at least that front four. JJ getting on base at a stupid clip, a rookie of the year clip, even.
Yep, yep.
Herrera's bat starting to come around. And now Burley's coming to bat with dudes on base. You can't pitch around him because Jordan Walker's going to hurt a baseball. Now, I think just get that bottom half of the lineup. Somebody free Jimmy Crooks.
Please, let's get him. The only one that I'm kind of happy with, and he's not hitting the ball well, but he's putting the ball in play, is Victor Scott. Just because of his speed, he's going to put the pressure on the defense. But Mason's not hitting. Gorman had 3 singles the other night. Okay, but I mean, what are we doing here?
And Paez is the closest thing to a sure out as you can get in baseball right now.
Yeah, yeah. He's hit that
You know,
one home
Mo,
run.
Mo kept saying, all last year, oh, he's great in the clubhouse. He handles the pitching staff well. I bet somebody else, one of the other 4 dudes, could probably do the same thing. And you're starting to see Herrera catch a little bit more now because of it.
Yep, yep. And Jimmy Crooks is, like you said earlier, he's down there in Memphis. He's putting on a show right now, so he's knocking on that door. And is he going to be trade bait, or are they going to keep Paez? Do they really, really? And that's what the Cardinals organization in whole has to ask itself: are you more worried about the offense, or are you more worried about a catcher that does the defensive point that can deal with the pitchers? But you've got Yachty on the sides.
I would think Yadier Molina, with his vast knowledge, experience, and ability, can pull an below average catcher up to average defensively. A good coach is worth that extra +1 to a guy. I think he could pull Herrera, who's bad defensively, to serviceable. And you're looking at a Ronel Rodriguez, whose grades right now are to be elite. He could probably be at an elite level. And you have a Leonardo Barnall, who's probably the combo. Crooks might have to learn another position if he keeps hitting at this clip. Left field seems to be wide open. It's kind of where they stick everybody.
Yeah, wide open. Come on, can we? Hey, you know what? For the longest time, we haven't had an outfielder that hits. So I'm just happy Jordan Walker is, and maybe they'll slowly piece together an outfield here eventually.
Maybe Scott Church finally hit a homer the other day, a big one to kind of get him back in, breaking his 1 for 20 slump. Not a lot of help in Memphis other than Josh Baez continuing to knock the shit out of the ball as well. They're going to have like an NFL linebacker type room when you're going to have Walker in right and Baez in left.
Yeah. One of our listeners brought up Matt Koperniak. Yeah, I said it close enough as I'm going to say it. Yeah, and asked why we weren't thinking about bringing him up. But to be honest, like, I haven't heard anything about him. It didn't doing anything. So, like, the only ones I'm seeing doing great in Memphis right now are Crooks, Blaze Jordan, and Baez. So I didn't know Koperniak was doing okay.
He's not on the 40 man. He's a utility guy. He's never really even hit a top 20 prospect list. He's from Great Britain, and when they played over there a couple of years ago, you'd think they at least would have thrown him on the 40 man for that, and they didn't. That's how low he is on the organizational depth chart at this point. I don't see him as a prospect, but I'm not as in deep as you are with the Cardinal prospects.
It's nothing to me. I think there's more upside to your Baez and Jordan,
Or even Chase Davis,
But
a possibility.
I'm in on Chase Davis too, man. I that what do they compare him as a Gonzo, not Luis Gonzalez. The
Cargo.
Cargo.
Carlos,
Yeah. So
the
I liked
Rockies.
him. He had a good, sweet left-handed stroke. So I'm in on him too.
I'd be thrilled if he was Carlos Gonzalez. He guy played like 15 years in the majors, hit about 25 to 35 home runs a year, above average defender. That would be
Yep.
great if he could.
And if you can do that in Colorado and that speed, you're good to go.
Speaking of Memphis, part of our MLB package now we get a lot of Memphis games. And a kind of a heartbreak story last night, Pocky Naughton on the mound threw the pitch, and there went the elbow again. A guy who had missed all of last season, had done okay in stints with a big club, and was a guy who, as soon as he cleared the rehab, was probably going to get called up.
Yep. Yep. It's a sad story. And I
A
think
sec-
one has been his elbow, the other was his shoulder, right? Like, dude
yeah,
just had rough after rough outing. And that sucks for him.
I if it's Tommy John, his career's probably over at this point. Sadly,
I I I agree with that. And also, even as a professional athlete, like how much more adversity can you take, and how much more of the rehab stints can you keep going after?
rehab is boring, man. You're doing the same this drill every single day. It's hard. It's a mentally taxing thing. And like you said, not sure how much he wants to put into it anymore, but we'll get the diagnosis probably tomorrow. Hopefully he'll recover.
Yeah,
Looking forward to the weekend. Like Lover Boy says, everybody's working for the weekend. Boston's in town. It looks like Conley early throwing for Boston tomorrow. He's throwing 2 games in 9 innings. So he's been knocked around a little bit. Good ERA at 2.89. The Saturday night game, we've got Ranger Suarez against Kyle Leahy, 2 lefties in a row, and then Sunday night Brian Bello will throw. So we missed Sonny Gray. Boston's currently 4-8. They're kind of struggling. Is now the chance to jump on a struggling Red Sox team?
I absolutely beat him out because and that way Heim can go, hey, you guys shouldn't have got rid of me. So it's a little revenge game for Heim. First season, I would love for us to just get out and beat the brakes off of the Red Sox, and I think we can do it because they are struggling. Leahy's been actually pitching decent, and I hope Dustin May gets a revenge game too because I would like to see him. Red Sox didn't they traded for him and didn't resign him, so I'd like to see him get a revenge game and have a little fun there too.
I hope so. I'm thinking again at this, you just want 2 out of 3. Every just hit 2 out of 3, you'll never be caught. Be kind of curious to see how it goes in Boston. Not found a lot of American League baseball anymore, but always exciting to watch baseball Friday night at Bush. They'll be wearing the City Connect uniforms, which is a perfect segue to our final segment of the short hop. 8 new teams unveiled City Connect uniforms today. You can check those out on MLB.com. The picture won't show here. The best ones, in my opinion, I liked the Atlanta ones. They're that baby blue throwback kind of hint to those 80s teams. You really like the Royals' new ones with a fountain. I got a lot of family in Kansas City. They will probably be all over those. The Pirates had a kind of a 70s throwback as well. Let's talk about the two worst, though. The Baltimore in the green with a B-more.
Yeah, yeah. What are you
The
doing?
1890 Baltimore Baseball Club inspiration. And the uniform design pays tribute to Camden Yards. This is all from MLB.com. With motifs that include the brass home run plaques and the wrought iron scoreboard clock. And then the other craptastic one, the Milwaukee Brewers. Wisconsin.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Sounds like something I order at a Mexican restaurant.
It does,
Queso.
it does. Like, and that's not even the same blue that they normally wear. Like, it just so weird to look at.
From MLB.com, honoring the Brewers' role not as Milwaukee's team, but Wisconsin's team, a water tone base and cream accent invoke the Badger State's lakes, shores, and bluffs. And a gradient wordmark is inspired by the state's beautiful summer sunsets.
I, uh,
Fuck off, Milwaukee.
yeah, I'm sorry. Green Bay Packers are Wisconsin's team, and it's never going to change that
Yeah.
way. You can say whatever you want, but they do not care about baseball as much as they care about football up there.
No, San Diego did a little bit with their bi-national culture. A little more of a Spanish throwback there. Pretty solid. The Reds were too weird. And then the Rangers, through their with their Mexican heritage, kind of near the border with Tejas word mark across the chest. I'm gonna mispronounce that. I took Latin, not Spanish. I apologize. And a mariachi inspired patterns. So the question is, Tyrell, we kind of talked about all these uniforms. I know which ones you kind of like, and we're biased, but do those Reds Cardinal Friday nights, are those the best in baseball
Yeah,
on the City Connect?
on the City Connects they are so far. I actually liked San Diego's old City Connect one. I loved that. I loved that flare of those colors. I was down with that, but they changed it up. So I think with the wavy pattern, I should have. We just bought Jorah one of those too. The tribute to Soulard, the architecture with that. I think the Cardinals and being the red with the pinstripe on there, it's good. It's damn close to being one of the best.
I hate the hats though.
Yes, even
I
though I've
don't
got one.
like the STL hat. They could have done so much more there. They should have thrown the city crest on there as the regular one. I know you can buy those hats as an alternative Cardinal hat, but that should have been the cap instead of just the block STL. I know it was a throwback to the Browns days, but there's just more you could have done there because the jerseys are so clean.
Yeah, yeah. I wish they'd have done something. I mean, put the angry redbird back on there, something like that. Like, there we
Yes.
go.
I do like that one.
Yeah.
I'm still a fan of the 90s, Berg hitting the bat one. That was my favorite, kind of alternative logo.
Yeah, we love the 80s. And you talk about that, and that I had this thought we were going through there, and you talk about Paul Goldschmidt being a St. Louis Cardinal player or type guy. Why do we forget the 80s? There was so much flair with the Cardinals. Ozzie Smith had the biggest friggin' flair of everybody in baseball doing those backflips all the time, and everybody loved it. So, what is actually a St. Louis Cardinal player other than somebody who's got some flair?
Yeah, I mean, Ozzy was, pimping stuff long before somebody was doing it for home runs.
Mm-hmm.
But he always did it at home. He never did it on the road anywhere, to be fair.
It's fair. Yeah, it's fair.
But that's going to kind of wrap it up for us tonight. It's a Thursday night. It's time to get our $2 drafts on. We'll be back Sunday night to kind of wrap up the Boston series. Tyrell, final thought: two out of three, or is it going to be better?
We're gonna win the series 2 out of 3.
I also think 2 out of 3, probably Friday, Sunday, because I don't think they're going to get to Ranger Suarez on Saturday.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, Suarez is too good. But yeah, I could see. Friday, Sunday. That'd be good.
However, Friday night there's a soft toss and lefty they've never seen before.
You're gonna get no hit.
Just St. Louis tradition.
It
And
so is.
I know we were getting ready to sign off, but they used to roll Randy Johnson.
Yeah, but Jamie Moyer could
Clayton
one hit them.
Kershaw. Yeah. Or some dude from AAA who was left-handed who had a 9 ERA in the show would throw 7 a 2-hit ball.
Yeah. Bud Smith, didn't he go against Randy Johnson during his no hitter?
I believe so.
And then
No, that was Jose.
yeah, it's Jose. I think it was one of those two. I couldn't remember which one it was. But yeah, like what? And they beat the crap out of him. Like how do you guys hit the one of probably top 3 pitchers ever in baseball? If you want to get down to it with Randy Johnson,
At least a top 3 left.
yeah, top 3 left, yeah. But you can't hit Jamie Moyer or Cliff
They're the
Lee.
same with Kershaw.
Yeah.
They would roll Kershaw. I met Matt Adams actually at an independent Kansas City Monarchs game a couple of years ago when he's playing for them. And I fucking marked out. I was like, dude, you own Clayton Kershaw. He's like, let me sign the ball for your kid, man, and move on. That was the first thing I said to Matt Adams. I mean, you own Clayton Kershaw.
Oh yeah, he did.
Clayton Kershaw was still making $25 million, and Matt Adams was playing in front of 500 dudes in a minor league park in Kansas City. So I'm sure that really made him feel good.
You know what? I don't care. I will live with that memory the rest of my life and be so excited. I will love.
You were at that
I
game,
was
right?
at that game. I will love Matt Adams forever for that. And I've loved Big City ever since then. That dude crushed that baseball. And I was like, we're going to the World Series. Let's go. So amped. Gives you cold chills thinking about it.
It's a day off game. I might put that on YouTube.
There you go.
Why not? Now, like I said, that'll wrap it up tonight for the Mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. I am Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you Sunday night with a full show.